Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually back in town. When I filmed previously and said that I was back in town, I literally was back in town for like 2 days and then I went right back out of town. I'm back in town for a while. So sorry that I missed the video on last Monday and last Friday, but we should be back on track from here on out for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today we are doing Fenty Beauty foundation review, which I'm overly excited about this one because I did not do it for her very first foundation. I just did like a collective review for a lot of the products that had just launched, and it was back when the brand first launched. So I actually have 4 shades, but the other 2 shades I'm probably going to do a giveaway over on my Instagram either today or tomorrow. From the day that you guys are seeing this video, so either today or tomorrow, sometime this week, I will be doing a giveaway for those 2 shades, but they're just a little too light for me. So the 2 shades that I'm going to be working with are 370 and 380. So if you guys know, 370 is my traditional shade with Fenty, the regular Pro Filter foundation, but that's my foundation shade only because the foundation does oxidize. I'm a little worried that this may or may not oxidize, so then 370 would match me. So that's why I'm thinking I might want to go with 380 instead today. And if I find out that it does oxidize, then I will switch back to 370, which is my normal shade. But I do want to give 380 a try just because I do have a little bit of a tan. You can't really see it on my face, but like on my body area, I'm tan, so it's gonna match my body. So we're going to first put up our hair so that I can actually get to my face. Oh wait, that's not cute. Let me do it a little cuter. So the foundation is supposed to be a hydrating formula, different to the first foundation. It's more of a mattifying formula. It's medium to full coverage and it's very lightweight, and it's also long wearing. This is also for normal to dry skin. I do have oily skin, so I am going to keep that in mind with trying it, and it's also available in the same 50 shades that the first foundation is in. Based on the comments that I was seeing, that whatever your shade is in the regular foundation, you should be the exact same shade. I just don't know if it's going to oxidize or not. That's my only issue. I'm going to be blending it in with the Fenty Beauty foundation brush, which I've never used any Fenty Beauty brushes. I actually was lucky enough that they sent all of this stuff PR, so thank you so much, Fenty. I'm excited. I can't wait to try everything. I also wanted to let you guys know, I wish this was like a back and forth, like this was live, so I could ask you guys your opinion. But I do also have the Pro Filt'r Hydrating primer, which I'm probably gonna go with, but I do want to say that I do have oily skin, so I'm kind of thinking I should go with the mattifying primer instead that they just came out with, because this thing is the business. I just feel like with the hydrating foundation, I probably should go with the mattifying primer to kind of combat it, because I do have oily skin. But I'm gonna go with the hydrating one on half my face just so I can kind of see, because it more so talks about in this booklet for the new products, it mostly says instant hydration and a soft silk finish with a filter-like effect. So it's more so focusing on that it does give a filtered look. So I'm hoping that it's going to not overly make me oily, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the hydrating one. I just did 3 pumps, which probably was too much for half my face. So I'm gonna let that settle in, but you can kind of see how this side, of course, looks more hydrated than this side. Like it just looks dewy. Okay, so another thing I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to blend in the foundation one side with the Fenty sponge and one side with the foundation brush, just so I can see the coverage level of each one. The sponge is damp, so this is kind of going to be like a multiple review video: the primer, the foundation, and the brush and sponge. So I'm going in with 380. Hopefully it looks good. I'm gonna do the foundation brush on this side. You guys have seen kind of 370 on me. That's why I'm going with 380, because I really think it's gonna match me a whole lot better. Just hopefully, I think this one is more of a reddish undertone just from the looks of it, but I think it's going to look fine even with that slight red undertone. I really like it though. I really like the finish. It's very smooth looking. My skin looks smooth, and this is on the non-primed side. side. I feel like it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna bring it down a bit just so that it can blend a bit better. And this foundation brush is really nice as well. It's kind of just smoothing the foundation on. So now I'm gonna go in with the other side with the sponge, which this is gonna give a lighter coverage. So I'm probably gonna have to build more on this side. So I just applied a little bit more to the back of my hand. I'm just going to blend it all over. So that looks good. Let me turn down the brightness so maybe you guys can see like my skin a bit better. So you can kind of see how my skin looks. Doesn't look that much different than when it was brighter, but you can see that on the primed side that I applied with the hydrating primer, it is actually less dewy than the non-primed side, which is kind of strange. I definitely can tell. I don't know if you guys can tell because maybe the lights are reflecting it, but it's a lot more dewy on this side, which is strange. But the foundation is actually pretty red, but I definitely will be able to make it work, especially like when I apply concealer and everything. It's not going to be bad at all. So for concealer, I am going to use the Fenty concealer. I'm also going to use the Fenty powder in the shade Banana. So I'll do that and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back. So I just finished the rest of my makeup. It is 11:24 p.m. The foundation of course looks amazing. It looks like skin. It doesn't look bad at all. If I'm comparing it from this foundation to like the first one, the Pro Filter, the one that's more mattifying, this one you can feel that it's more hydrating. It didn't dry to like a super matte finish like the original does. I can definitely tell that this one is going to be a lot better for people with dry skin or even people with normal skin, because it doesn't look overly dewy. As you can see on my skin, it still dries down to where it looks set. Even though like I didn't set my face over here, it still looks like it was set. So it does kind of dry down, but it doesn't dry down as much as the original foundation. As far as from the primed and non-primed side, I actually don't see a huge difference. Now that I've set everything like with a powder, I can see texture a little bit more right here next to my nose than this side. So I do kind of see that smoothing feature that they do have in the primer, but even on the non-primed side, I feel like it still looks really good. I'm going to wear this foundation all day. It is 11:26 a.m. I'm actually running late for where I need to be, but it's 11:26 a.m. and I will check in with you guys throughout the day. Hey guys, so it is 2:53 p.m. so it's been, I guess, 3.5 hours at this point. So I am starting to get oily already at 3 hours. You can kind of see the oiliness right up in here, and it's a little bit on this side as well. It's kind of even on both sides. I'm not sure why it seems like it's reflecting more on this side right now, but when I look into a mirror, both sides are pretty oily at this point, and it's only been 3.5 hours, and to be honest, it was doing it at about 3 hours. So if you do have oily skin and you live like in a hot or humid area, then you may have an issue with it. I'm about to look up the weather. So right now it's 89 degrees and it feels like 99 degrees, I guess, with humidity and everything else that goes into the accounts for the weather. So it feels like 99 degrees, and I was outside for a period of time, and I am creased on my smile lines. It isn't super bad. Like if I relax, you can't even see it. It's not that bad as far as that. So we're gonna see how it progresses throughout the rest of the day, and I will definitely check in with you guys. We're gonna do a flash test and all of that, so stay tuned. Hey guys, so it is 8:43 p.m. I've had the foundation on for I think about 9 hours of total wear, and I am oily both on the primed and non-primed side. They're pretty much equal. I decided to film it on my phone because I feel like my phone shows up my oiliness a lot better than my vlog camera. I did do the flashback test, and you guys can see that both in a dark room and in a lit room there is no flashback, which kind of makes sense because Rihanna actually wears this makeup and paparazzi follows her everywhere. So of course I wasn't really expecting flashback, but those are the photos for you guys. My smile lines aren't creased super bad. They are just kind of just creased there. They aren't separating or anything, doing anything weird. I am very oily though, and I am about to go out, so I am going to have to use blotting papers and everything. If I remember, I'll come back on camera to kind of show you guys like how it looks after I've refreshed my makeup, and how you pretty much much can make it look back to normal, but it doesn't last as long as it would like if you just reapplied your entire foundation. So if you have the time, I definitely would say reapply the foundation if it gets oily like this, but I'm just gonna touch up and everything, and it'll probably last me an additional like 2 or 3 hours. Definitely I'm gonna try the foundation with the mattifying primer. I probably should have done that because like I said, that mattifying primer is legit, so I probably should have done that and just tried that on half my face. But I will let you guys know. If you guys remember, just comment below and ask me if I've tried it with the mattifying primer and just how I think, if it's been some days, because I do plan on trying it paired with that so I can tell you guys how it wears with that if you do have oily skin. But I'm so glad she launched this foundation because I would see a lot of comments of people with dry skin saying how the other foundation didn't work for them. So this is super awesome. Let me know if you guys are thinking about picking up this foundation and all of that. So I just want to come back on here and show you guys, like, I've refreshed my makeup and basically it looks pretty much like how it first looked. I used some blotting papers and then I added a little bit more setting powder and I sprayed my face with Urban Decay All Nighter. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well as check out my previous videos and thumbs up this video, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.